Hey, welcome back. We are talking this week about how to stay in ministry. And today we're going to talk about ourselves. How can we take care of ourselves, the very humanness that we carry, and the things that we need week in and week out? I know self-care has become its own industry right now, and I'm not going to talk to you today about going to the spa or taking long walks. What I want to talk to you about is how you're doing small, daily, personal things to build sustainability for yourself in ministry. Things like spending time with the Lord, things like being pastored and discipled yourself, things like prayer and releasing control over tasks that are constantly creating anxiety inside of you. There are some really practical ways that we can care for ourselves. One thing that we have inside of Academy for you is a time and energy study. That'll be linked at the bottom of this video. And that's something that you can do monthly, quarterly. It's a 2-week time frame where you are calendaring every event that you do during your work week and then noting if it's giving you energy, taking energy, or neutral. And this just allows you to see if you're running up against a lack of energy and fatigue in ministry, to take a look at your work schedule and see where are things that are just depleting me and where can I get some help? Where can I automate some things and use the technology at my fingertips? Or where can I just move things to a different time of day when I have great energy? Maybe you don't save all the tasks that are hard for you till the end of the day when you're exhausted. Some of these very practical things that we can do to care for ourselves. So make sure you check out that time and energy study and some training videos that we have to go along with it. The other things I want you to think through though, one would be a weekly review. We recommend this being on Friday, but that would be to take into account that you are doing your Sabbath on Saturday. If your Sabbath is a different day, I encourage you to do your weekly review the day before it. This is just 25 minutes. Do the same format every single week. I want you to think about what were the wins, what were things that you put off, how was your energy, and then what are your priorities for next week. Just do a review at the end of the week. Then once you get into the habit of that weekly review, on your first day of your work week each week, I want you to take what you decided your weekly priorities were and focus on those for the coming weeks. This will help build consistency and routine into a job that often doesn't like to follow a lot of consistency or routine. The next thing I want you to think about is a discernment check. As you look at tasks and things that are heavy for you in ministry, really prayerfully consider, is this mine to carry, or am I just carrying it because I can? Oftentimes there are things that we need to release and we need to have open hands for, but we feel the sense of carrying it all on our own shoulders. This was never our role and never how God intended us to approach serving His church. What are things that you need to lay down and give to the Lord? What are things that can go to someone else, but you're white knuckling because of a sense of need or guilt or obligation? And the last thing I want you to think through are pre-decided commitments. So the kids' recital, your spouse's birthday, a lunch with a friend that you haven't seen in forever. Things that are priorities for you. Honor those times in your calendar, and then do not make yourself feel guilty for them. You can move things around to protect that time and make sure that you're honoring those commitments. So I want you to take just a couple minutes right now, look at your calendar. Maybe you can do your weekly review right now. If that's not something you've ever done, that's a great thing to start. Set a timer in your phone for 25 minutes and see how this helps shape your week. We'll see you in the next video.